In a remote village nestled against the edge of a vast, dark forest, in the southern part of Nigeria, there lived a boy named Liam. At just 10 years old, he had known the love of his parents and the safety of their small home. But fate is cruel, and the happiness of childhood is fleeting. One cold night, a sudden and mysterious illness swept through Liam's home, claiming the lives of both his parents with a speed that left the village in shock. The loss was devastating, but the pain for Liam had only just begun. As grief took hold, fear and superstition began to spread among the villagers. They whispered of dark curses and evil omens, and their fear quickly turned toward Liam. They believed the boy was cursed, that he had somehow brought this misfortune upon his family. Desperate to protect themselves, the villagers decided that Liam must be banished. They drove him from the village, their shouts and torches lighting the night as they chased him into the depths of the forest. Terrified and alone, Liam fled into the heart of the forest. The darkness was overwhelming, and the sounds of the night creatures filled him with dread. But he had no choice. There was no going back. With nothing but the clothes on his back, Liam wandered deeper into the woods, his small hands trembling as he tried to find shelter and safety. Days passed as he struggled to survive, eating whatever he could find and building small shelters from branches and leaves. But the forest was not a place for a young boy, and every moment was a battle against the elements and the unknown. One evening, as Liam wandered through the dense undergrowth, a thick fog descended, wrapping the forest in an eerie, silent blanket. Disoriented and afraid, he stumbled through the mist, calling out for help, but no one answered. Just as he was about to lose hope, a figure appeared, an old man with a long white beard and eyes that glowed with an unsettling light. The old man introduced himself as Osei, his voice calm and soothing. He offered Liam a place by his fire, a warm meal, and a promise of safety. But there was something about Osei that made Liam uneasy. The old man seemed to know too much about Liam's past, about the village, and even about the forest itself. As the fire crackled and the night grew darker, Liam couldn't help but wonder, was Osei truly there to help, or was he hiding something more sinister? As days passed, Liam noticed strange occurrences around Osei's camp. Glowing symbols appeared on the ground. Animals behaved oddly, and there were whispers in the wind that seemed to carry words only Osei could understand. The old man spoke of ancient spirits that protected the forest and of a destiny that awaited Liam. But the more Osei revealed, the more questions Liam had. What was this destiny? And why did it feel like Osei was preparing him for something so dangerous? The more time Liam spent with Osei, the more he began to doubt the old man's intentions. Osei's stories were filled with warnings and dark predictions, and his knowledge of the forest's secrets seemed almost too complete. One night, after a particularly unsettling conversation, Liam decided to leave the camp and find his own way. But as he tried to sneak away, he found himself surrounded by glowing eyes in the darkness. He was scared to leave and had to stay. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, a soft voice called out from the shadows. "Liam, are you there?" It was Udom, the one person who had not turned against him. She had followed him into the forest, driven by a love that defied her fear and the warnings of the village. At just 8 years old, Udom was small and fragile, but her courage was immense. She had braved the dangers of the forest to find Liam, and now she stood before him, her eyes wide with worry and determination. Udom's arrival brought a new sense of hope, but also new dangers. Osei seemed pleased by her presence, but his eyes betrayed something more. As the night wore on, Osei's behavior grew more erratic, his stories darker and more confusing. The fire flickered, casting strange shadows on the ground, and the fog began to close in once again. Liam knew they couldn't stay with Osei any longer, but escaping the old man's grasp would be no easy task. As Udom and Liam tried to sneak away in the dead of night, Osei caught them. But instead of stopping them, he simply smiled and said, "The forest has chosen you, Liam, and now it has chosen her too." Before they could react, the ground beneath them began to shake, and the forest came alive with movement. The trees seemed to close in, and the glowing symbols on the ground lit up with a blinding light. In the chaos, Liam grabbed Udom's hand and they ran, not knowing if they were escaping to safety or running deeper into danger. But one thing was certain, their journey was far from over, and the true nature of Osei's intentions had yet to be revealed. As dawn broke through the forest canopy, Liam and Udom awoke in their simple shelter. The forest around them was calm and serene, bathed in the gentle light of morning. They felt a sense of quiet peace, though the journey ahead remained uncertain. Their path led them to a beautiful grove, where the trees stood tall and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. The soft, dappled sunlight created a tranquil atmosphere, offering a moment of calm amidst their struggles. Udom picked a flower and handed it to Liam with a smile, finding comfort in this small act of kindness. As they rested in the grove, Udom looked up at Liam with a concerned expression. "Liam, I'm really scared. I keep thinking about what happened to your family and how alone you must have felt." Liam, touched by her empathy, replied, "It's been hard, Udom, but having you here makes me feel less alone. I'm grateful for your support." Their shared feelings brought them closer, and they found strength in each other's company. In a quiet moment, Liam and Udom sat by a small stream. The gentle flow of water and the peaceful surroundings created a soothing atmosphere. Liam opened up about his fears of never finding a place to belong and the weight of his past. Udom, in turn, shared her own worries about being able to help and live up to expectations. Their honest conversation helped them understand each other better and provided emotional relief. As evening approached, Osei joined them by the campfire. His presence was calming, and his words offered reassurance. "The forest reflects your journey, but it is your hearts that guide you. Trust in yourselves and each other, and you will find the strength to face whatever comes next." His gentle wisdom provided comfort and clarity, helping Liam and Udom find peace in their journey. By the fire, Liam and Udom shared stories of their past and their dreams for the future. The warmth of the fire and the quiet night created a cozy, intimate setting. They laughed together, and their conversation was filled with hope and optimism. This moment of connection deepened their bond and gave them both a renewed sense of purpose. As they settled down for the night, Liam and Udom lay side by side under the starry sky. The forest was quiet, and the only sounds were the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures. Liam looked at Udom and said, "Thank you for being here with me. I don't know what I'd do without you." Udom smiled and replied, "We're in this together, Liam. We'll find a way through, one step at a time." Their comforting words and shared determination gave them both a sense of peace and hope. The next morning, the forest greeted them with a soft, golden light. The air was filled with the sounds of birdsong, and the path ahead seemed a little clearer. With a renewed sense of hope and determination, Liam and Udom continued their journey, their bond stronger than ever. Osei's presence lingered in their thoughts, his wisdom guiding them as they faced the challenges ahead. The village hunters, led by Easy, stepped into the enchanted forest, captivated by its glowing flora and shimmering streams. Yet beneath this magical beauty lay hidden perils that tested their resolve and courage. As they go deeper, the hunters face magical trials, shifting paths that led them astray, illusions that played tricks on their senses, and encounters with mischievous forest creatures. Their teamwork was crucial as they overcame each challenge, driven by their mission to find Liam and Udom. In a secluded part of the forest, the hunters encountered Osei, an enigmatic figure who appeared unexpectedly. He directed them on how and where possible to find Udom and Liam. Osei's presence was both intriguing and unsettling, raising questions about his true role in their quest. Despite their doubts about Osei, they followed his directives, hoping it would bring them closer to Liam and Udom. Liam and Udom, meanwhile, were cornered by a massive enchanted spider. With quick thinking and bravery, they managed to evade the spider and find temporary refuge in a hidden cave, their escape fraught with tension and fear. The hunters finally reached the cave where Liam and Udom were hiding. The reunion was heartfelt and emotional, bringing relief and joy. However, the hunters remained uneasy about Osei's role and the strange occurrences in the forest. As they prepared to leave, the group stumbled upon disturbing evidence. Human bones scattered around the forest. The shocking discovery deepened their suspicion of Osei, who had guided them thus far. Osei's behavior became increasingly suspicious as he manipulated the forest magic to create barriers and mislead the hunters. His actions suggested a hidden agenda, leaving the group wary and confused. Osei activated a powerful magical barrier, trapping everyone in a shimmering, unbreakable prison. The hunters and children struggled to escape, their attempts thwarted by the enchanted barrier, intensifying their tension and fear. They were all trapped in the cave, but hopeful. During the night, Liam dreamed of his parents' calming presence. In a serene, glowing place, they revealed hidden gold in the cave and hinted that Osei was only trying to protect the treasure rather than cause harm. Guided by his dream, Liam shared the news with Udom and the hunters. They decided to search for the treasure and learn more about Osei's true intentions. With renewed hope, they began their search. As they explored deeper, they discovered hidden passages and ancient symbols. The magical traps, though challenging, were meant to protect the treasure rather than to harm them. Easy discovered a hidden chamber, brimming with gold and ancient artifacts. The sight left the group in awe. They chose some items to take with them, knowing the treasure's significance. Osei arrived and explained his intention to protect the treasure from misuse. Moved by his deep connection with Liam and Udom, he allowed them to take some of the gold and artifacts with them. With Osei's blessing, the group carefully left the cave with their chosen treasures. They faced a few final challenges after leaving the cave, but overcame them with determination. Emerging from the cave, they felt a mix of relief and triumph. In the village, the group was warmly welcomed. The villagers marveled at the gold and artifacts and celebrated their safe return. To show that they are truly sorry for banishing Liam into the forest, the king gives Liam full academic sponsorship, a good house, and farmland. Ten years later, Liam, who had traveled out of the city with Udom for their degree, returned back to the village with lots of money already. They built a school in memory of Liam's late parents and finally got married. The wedding was an elaborate one, with Osei smiling and waving from a far distance from the wedding ground. If you enjoyed this story, kindly follow for more, and please remember to like, comment, and share so others can enjoy the story.